What's up, guys? So today we are not we're not diagnosing anything, we're not doing a test drive, we're just going out and cruising. I have a new loop that I think will be pretty fun. Is this a dog? It is a dog. Please don't jump out in the road. That's that bump that eats my bike when I'm wheeling through here. Come on, car, get to one, please. We already been to this first spot. We're gonna do the uphill drift. On my bike, I kind of just followed that road after the uphill drift until it went all the way out, right? And it actually tees into the backside of this road we just got off of. It tees into that. So you get two little, I'm not sure how they're gonna drift, but you get two little, you know, almost drifty type turns that I think will be fun to at least try. So we're gonna hit that. I was hoping that the car would be warm by now, but it's not, and it's making me sad. Cause I ain't got no power. Hey, for no boost, that's not bad. The car just has no power. Come on now. The gravel caught me. Oh my god. There's power. The gravel like gave out on this edge of the road and it sucked me back. That was a little bit scary. Oh wow, you're just a good fucking person. Shit, dude. Slinging grass into cars, man. All right, so that drift back there, I had no power, and that's no excuse, but it was dog shit. That was a terrible trip. That was so bad. Is this it? Yeah, it is. Not nearly as good as I thought it would be in the car, if I'm being real. I was hoping they were a little bit closer together. Like in the bike, it's really hard to get a perception of how close stuff is. And that's a perfect example of that. Because I thought that they were a touch closer together in a car's perspective, so that I could actually slide and then, you know, kind of link to the other side. I'd have to be going twice as fast to link that corner. On top of that, the turns are not nearly as sharp as I thought they were. So those are like big sweepers that, you know, would be fun to you know, send across with speed. I did not have any of that. Okay, so far the loop has been a bit of a underperform. Let's go right up here. We've been through this spot one time. You know, it is a Sunday morning, so all the church people are probably, you know, they're out at church. So what I've learned about the welded diff, right? Remember, I had my complaints about the welded diff. Got new tires, and the welded diff became not such a problem for me. As these tires have gotten worn out, they've gotten a little bit tougher, and because of that, now I can feel the chatter again. So fresh tires, it's okay. But the second you get your tires worn down and they get hard, that is when you start really feeling and hearing your drivetrain chatter. The really hard part here is I can't see shit. I just had to kind of get that out of my system. I had a couple like failures that I really needed to get my confidence back up. The turbos do feel super lazy, man. I know I've said this a lot, and I know that I complain about the turbos a lot, but they work, they still make top end power, but like the responsiveness to them, it just, I can feel the degrade. Jesus Christ, I love this clutch so much. It's the best. What are y'all doing over here? Eating on some opossum. All right, so we got a little bit of our confidence back. You know, a little donut action. Oh, we're gonna hit hard hard down here. We got 2 more spots to go to, so I'm disappointing myself today, man. Normally when I come out here on a Sunday, you know, I can sling it a little bit better, but I'm really disappointing myself. So the spot up here we've been to one time. Why is the car? I don't know. The car is just not behaving the way that it usually does. Normally it breaks loose just a little bit easier than it is right now. So whatever the reason for that is, I don't know. That ate that tire. Feels awkward. I'm not this shit, okay? I swear I'm not this shit. I'm doing input to the car and it's not breaking loose nearly as easy as it normally does. So I'm having to it's breaking loose late, which is then throwing my slide off. So I don't know. It's yes, lack of talent. I'm 100% with y'all. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm in, I have a lack of talent, but the car does not feel like it has the entire past week that I've been driving it. I've not watched my boost. I'm not sure where my boost is capping out at. I don't know if the turbos are just, that's another tick down on, you know, what they're doing or whatever, but the car doesn't really feel that that great. So I'm just gonna go back here and turn around somewhere, because I want to try to slide out of that one. I think a big thing that I am not good at with this car, that this is kind of like making me very aware of, when I don't have the power that I want exactly when I want it, I'm thrown off. You know, because like I'm relying on more. I know it's not the proper way to drift. I'm relying more on power to spin my rear tires than I am on momentum. So I'm thrown off twice. I'm not drifting with good technique to begin with, and on top of that, I am struggling to, you know, get the car to slide and do what I want it to do. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't great, but I'm just out here fucking around pretty much. So the tires are getting hot and they're sliding a little bit easier, but they still don't feel good. The car feels like a dog, dude. So I don't know, between the sponginess of how this whole car feels and the tired turbos and all this stuff, like I have a list of excuses a million miles long, but I know we all know excuses are just that. They're just useless excuses, and it doesn't mean, you know, anything. And I'll be the first to say that. But it's frustrating that the car, I always feel like this car is fighting me. I really do love this car and like how fun it is to drive. That wall got a little bit close, a little bit fast. Got a little bit scared. Okay, well, not really what I was after today at all. I was kind of hoping for some more talent to just pop up, but it's part of the process, right? Of fixing stuff and continuing to improve and blah, blah, blah. The whole thing. The fuck was that? That sounded like metal. I'm kind of concerned at what that metal was though. Like that, it sounded like it was inside the car, which is good, but well, is that good? I don't I guess it's better than outside. My pride's hurt, guys. My pride is hurt. You know, my confidence is a little bit low. It feels weird. It's making weird noises. Yeah, the car is not happy right now. And we're gonna continue to drive on it and have fun with it, but like the car is really not happy with that, with power. I think the engine, I really think it's all turbo system. I truly think it's purely the turbo system not being happy with what's going on. Which, hey, rightfully so. You have put up with a lot, turbo. It's like this is second gear, floored. Like, it's still got power. You know, we got up to 100. God damn, that was a big bump. It still has power, and like, it gets up and goes quickly, but that low end grunt that it used to have, it does not have at all. So that tells me that for drifting, I'm going to have to, you know, at least until, is this my turn? No, it's not. At least until I get more, I don't know, either confidence in getting this car loosey-goosey, because like, this is a prime example. This is our turn up here, right? It's a right-hand turn. Technically, to drift this turn, like effectively, the real way, I would have to kick the car to the left super hard to get it loose, which I just don't know how to fucking... So yeah, man, the car needs coilovers, and the car needs a new turbo. I don't think there's any really way around that. We've known both of them for a long time, but I don't know, I guess I've been under the impression that it would be like a catastrophic failure. They're mad. They're gonna be mad. I didn't see them up there. I feel a little bit bad. I'm not disappointed necessarily, but I am disappointed in the same sense. I wish that I could have gotten better slides, because I know that I'm capable of better slides, so that kind of like annoys me that I underperformed. But I will say there's an aspect of that underperformance that is car related. So I apologize for the lackluster driving performance today. I know that I've given a plethora of reasons why the car is not working with me. Although they are true, you know, I think that there's still some driver aspect to it. I really struggle to get the rear tires loose on this car. And then the lack of pedal feel, the lack of low end power made that worse today, which kind of exacerbated the problem that I have of getting the rear tires loose. Once the rear end's loose, I feel very comfortable with what I'm doing with my hands most of the time. But it's getting to that point of where I'm sliding, you know. Okay, now we're loose and I can do stuff. All right, I'm comfortable here, because it feels just like the sim does. But getting the rear end loose, whether it be from pitching the car real hard or clutch kicking it or just, you know, stomping on it in a turn, whatever the method is, getting the rear tires loose is a struggle for me with this car specifically, because like in the Vet I didn't have that problem, right? You've got 850 horsepower right there when you want it, anytime you want it. So spinning the tires is not the issue, and it's why I was able to kind of adapt into that car so much quicker than it's taken me to adapt into this car. So excuses, right? I know, but I think we've got a clear path forward on this car that we're going to have to address to make it more fun and make it more user friendly in the environments that I want to put it into, which is fine. Just a lot of work, and I've got to kind of get some things organized before I can do that. So I appreciate y'all coming along. Again, like I said, I'm sorry for the lackluster performance, but this is what we're doing. We're out here trying to practice. You know, we're trying to feel out the car, understand how the car moves, and just get better as we can, because drift events are like 2 hours away and they only happen once a month, and I got to get my fix in. You know, if I'm only practicing at drifting events, then I feel like I'm not going to get that good over time, where if I can put time in, you know, once a week like this, it does really help me improve. So that's what we're here doing, you know, just doing our best. But appreciate y'all watching, coming along for the ride. We'll see you next time.